Hi, I am here again with another important video on germ layer derivatives. Hope you like my previous two videos. And in this way, I have tried my level best to give the crisp and what I think is important as an exam point of the view in germ layer derivatives and their importance in formation of the different structures in the human body. So without any delay, we'll start with the first system, which is integumentary system. As we have already discussed regarding this in the previous video of sense organs and different germ layer derivatives. The epidermis and its appendages. Epidermis, hair follicles, sweat and the sebaceous gland including the nail, they all are derived from the surface ectoderm, while the deeper layer of the skin, which is dermis, is derived from the mesoderm. So now we'll talk about the second system, nervous system. We have already discussed it in the previous video. In summary, the ectoderm is the primary germ layer which is responsible for the formation of nervous system, including the central and peripheral nervous system as well as sensory organs. In cardiovascular system, the mesoderm is the primary germ layer responsible for the formation of heart, blood vessels, blood cells and the lymphatic system during embryonic development. And regarding the respiratory system, in embryonic development, the respiratory organs primarily develop from the endoderm germ layer with contribution from the mesoderm as well. Endoderm forms the innermost layer, forms the epithelial lining of respiratory tract, including trachea, bronchi, alveoli of the lung. The endodermal cells give rise to the mucosal lining of airway and the alveolar cells involved in the gas exchange. While the mesoderm contributes to the structural component of the respiratory system, it forms the connective tissue, cartilage and the smooth muscles of trachea, bronchi, as well as the blood vessels that supply the lungs. The mesoderm also give rise to the diaphragm and the pleura. Digestive tract mainly develops from endoderm germ layer and there is some contribution from mesoderm as well. Endoderm forms the innermost layer and forms the epithelial lining of the digestive tract, and this includes the lining of the esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and the glands associated with the digestive tract such as liver and pancreas. The endoderm also forms the epithelial lining of pharynx and lungs. Mesoderm contributes to the connective tissue, smooth muscles and the blood vessels of digestive system. Specifically, the splanchnic mesoderm, which is a part of lateral plate mesoderm, surrounds the endodermal tube and give rise to the muscular and connective tissue component of the digestive organs. The mesoderm also forms the peritoneum, the serous membrane that lies the abdominal cavity and covers the abdominal organs. So during the development, the endoderm forms a simple tube that later differentiates into the various sections of the digestive tract. These tubes undergo elongation, folding and the regional specialization to form a complex structure of the digestive system. Intermediate mesoderm is primarily responsible for the formation of kidneys, ureters, and much of a bladder and urethra's structural components, while the endoderm contributes to the epithelial lining of bladder and the part of the urethra. Therefore, the urinary system develops primarily from the intermediate mesoderm layer with some contribution from the endoderm. Mesoderm contributes majorly in the formation of the reproductive organs, though there is some contribution from the ectoderm and the endoderm as well. Ectoderm give rise to the formation of the external structures like skin and the sensory nerve of genitalia. In male, the distal urethra and in females, clitoris and the labia, it is ectodermal in origin. Endoderm lines the reproductive duct and certain glands also arise from endoderm. In case of the male reproductive system, urethra is partly derived from endoderm, and in case of the female reproductive organs, the lower part of the vagina is endodermal in origin. The primary reproductive organs, gonads, originate from intermediate mesoderm. Ductal system in both male and the females originate from the mesoderm. Apart from this, the accessory glands like prostate glands or bulbourethral glands in the male reproductive system, and a parts of gland which is associated with the female reproductive systems is also mesodermal in origin. Apart from this, the external genitalia of male and the female are also mesodermal in origin. Musculoskeletal system develops mainly from the mesoderm germ layer, specifically the paraxial mesoderm and the lateral plate mesoderm. Now we'll talk about the endocrine system. All the three germ layers contribute in the formation of endocrine system. Ectoderm give rise to the anterior and the posterior pituitary, adrenal medulla and pineal gland, while mesoderm contributes to the adrenal cortex and gonads. Also, the steroid secreting cells in gonads is also mesodermal in origin. Endoderm give rise to the thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, pancreas and thymus. Both the exocrine and the endocrine part of the pancreas is endodermal in origin. After endocrine glands, we will talk about exocrine glands now. Exocrine glands are derived from the different germ layers depending on their specific type and the location. Ectoderm derived exocrine glands are sweat glands, sebaceous glands, mammary glands, and the major salivary gland, parotid gland. While gastrointestinal glands such as Brunner's gland in the duodenum and goblet cells throughout the gastrointestinal tract are derived from the endoderm, exocrine part of pancreas develops from the endoderm, and cells of the liver, hepatocytes, which have exocrine function to secrete the bile, are derived from endoderm. Major salivary glands, submandibular gland and sublingual gland are also endodermally derived. Regarding the mesoderm derived exocrine glands, majority of the exocrine glands are derived from the ectoderm and the endoderm, but some of the components of these glands such as connective tissue and the blood vessels originate from mesoderm. Before signing off, this is a summary mnemonics for remembering the germ layer derivatives. Hope you like my video. Thank you so much.